everyone, welcome to Fraser Focus, Local Faces and Local Places. I'm Leah Bolton.
And I'm Dean Atwell. On today's lineup, we talk about local paramedics who want to be deemed as an essential service here in Canada.
We also touch base on two separate stories on issues on the rise, Canadian debt and diabetes.
Start off the show though, Canada is celebrating its 150th birthday this year. And what better way to celebrate than to be learning about the history here in Fort Langley.
So welcome to Fort Langley National Historic Site. It's a Hudson's Bay Company fur trading post.
You gonna sign up with the company today?
Sure. I don't even know what that company is.
The history that we share here is Fort Langley specific, but it's also Canada specific. Fort Langley was first established in 1827.
Okay.
And it moved to the present location that we are at in 1839.
1927. We're talking Canada 150 plus.
That's right, we are Canada 150 plus.
We are all in this room because of this event.
This is where the Proclamation of BC was signed, and James Douglas was here, and in the big house, that's where we had the proclamation.
Of gold prospectors up and down the Fraser River, all the way into the interior now in 1858, looking for gold.
So it would have cost you $5 to get a license. Did you purchase a license today? Do you have $5?
It's like a nice clean house just like we do, right?
It would have been supporting how many people, do you know?
You had about 100 people living within the walls of the fort, 25 men hired by the Hudson's Bay Company, and they had arranged marriages with local First Nations women. So the chief men and women of those tribes would sit down with our chief trader, and they would arrange marriages for workers that had been here for a little while. And so they would start families of their own. That's where the remaining 100 comes from.
And one more.
As many celebrate Canada's 150th birthday, it's important to realize that the First Nations were here long before that.
They want to know where I'm from, and I tell them I'm from here. And I give them the story about my great-great-grandfather working here, and that I'm a proud person.
It wasn't until 1867 that obviously we had Confederation, and BC didn't join until actually much later than that, with the promise of the railroad.
It's neat because we have the Royal Engineers story here in the red coats that came during the time that we became a colony, British Columbia. And my ancestor on my dad's side came to Canada as one of the the King's Own rifles. Who would have thought?
Are they making fire? They're getting the fire going. And they're gonna make some metal.
So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put a little bit more coal right on here. Keep pumping.
Would you have an apprentice here normally?
This is usually what your apprentice would be doing. So
I'd be the apprentice right now.
Yeah.
You guys learn anything here?
That you don't need to go to the gym after working there, because that takes a lot of upper body strength to pull that all day.
And I think I would make a really good apprentice. I think I need some practice.
Your mom. All right. Good. Mom, does he have permission to help me? Good. Because you don't have a choice. So.
Well, it's 150 years since Confederation.
Okay.
So all Parks Canada, National Historic Sites, parks, and marine conservation areas, it's free this year.
Right.
So when you arrive at the visitor center, you'll receive a 2017 Discovery Pass, and that will entitle you to free admission.
So many people have different backgrounds in Canada, and so did the guys that worked here and the women that worked here.
150 years. What do you think about that?
That is insane.
I know.
It's cool. It's insane.
Yeah. Do you think this is what Canada looked like 150 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see it.
Yeah?
I can see being like this.
For Canada 150, there's a lot of stuff on for kids and families and just to celebrate our country, right?
Well, we're going to do lots of camping this year.
Okay.
We're going to check out the Pacific Rim Park.
Okay.
And yeah, camping. And then we like to celebrate in Steveston with their Salmon Fest every year. So it'll probably be a big one this year.
Most of them were from around the planet. We had people from Norway, we had people from Sweden, we had people from South America, we had people from South Africa, we had people from China, we had people from everywhere.
Oh, Canada.
Can you sing it?
Can you say, oh, Canada? Canada.
Good boy.
What better way to learn about Canada's history than here at Fort Langley? What are those though?
Authentics, cool. Dean, some people go camping here right in Fort Langley. I talked to a lot of people. Canada 150, they're going to be doing a lot of camping this year.
You're watching Fraser Focus. More local stories when we come back.